What's up, my stat stars? Are you struggling with the binomial distribution? Because it can be a little bit tough sometimes. A lot of different questions, lots of different ways to solve them, and they can kind of be pretty tough. Well, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to master the binomial distribution using the NUMWORKS calculator. And if you're a teacher and you want to get a free NUMWORKS calculator, that way you can realize how awesome it is and how much it's going to help your students, all you got to do is click on the link in the description of this video, and all you got to do is go to the website and register for a free calculator. It's pretty cool, and I think you're going to love it. All right, let's take a look at the example right now, and we're going to learn how we can use the NUMWORKS calculator and the binomial distribution app within it to solve any of these problems, well, lickety-split. So here's the setup. A customer support representative successfully resolves 70% of calls on the first try. During a shift, she handles 15 calls. Now we're going to tackle 3 probability questions ranging in difficulty, starting off with an easy one. Find the probability she resolves exactly 10 calls on the first try. Find the probability she resolves fewer than 8 calls on the first try. Find the probability she resolves at least 3 calls. Now, before we begin any of these questions, we first have to make sure that this is truly a binomial distribution question. So what about this very simple scenario tells us that it's binomial? Well, first we are given the probability of success. Successfully resolving a call on the first try is 70%. Now with that, we get that failure would be 30%. We are given a set number of trials, in this case 15, and that's where it actually comes from. That's where the bi comes from in binomial, is we're given 2 pieces of information, the probability of success and the set number of trials. But we also have to make sure that each call is independent of the next, which means if one call gets resolved, it doesn't make the next call less or more likely to get resolved. It's 70% the whole time. The probability of success does not change. So if all those things are true and given to us, then we know this is a binomial distribution. All right, let's jump into our NUMWORKS calculator right now so we can see exactly how we're going to solve these 3 questions with it. All right, the first thing we're going to do from the home screen is scroll down to the distributions app. Now there's several different distributions you might work with. Hopefully you recognize the normal distribution, and later on we'll use the chi-squared distribution. But right at the very tippity top is the binomial distribution. We're going to click on that, and we only have to enter in 2 things. First is the number of trials. Well, we were told that was 15. And second is the probability of success. Successfully resolving a call was 70%, 0.70. And click next, and well, that's actually it. That's all you have to have. Now, first off, notice that we get a nice little picture here. The bars are kind of faded, but each bar represents the probability of a specific outcome. Now, we have a couple different options on this drop-down box. We can select over here that we want to look at the area below, or we can find the probability less than or equal to a particular value. We could look at the probability between 2 values. We could look at the probability greater than or equal to a particular value, or we could find the probability of an exact value. Well, that's exactly what we want to do for the first question. The very first question was, what is the probability of exactly 10? So we're going to go ahead and type in 10. Notice how it says x equals 10, and it's showing us a single bar at 10, and the probability of exactly 10 resolved calls out of 15 is 0.206. How quick and easy was that? Now, to answer the second question, we have to really use our brains. It was, what is the probability that there are fewer than 8? So now we're going to go over to the drop-down box here, and we're going to select the one that has the area to the left or below shaded. Now, notice it says the probability that x is less than or equal to. So if we type in an 8 right here, we're actually not going to get the answer we want. Let's do it real quick so I can show you. This is the probability of 8 or less. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. It's about 13%, but that's not what the question asks for. The question asks for fewer than 8, and fewer than 8 does not include 8. So we want to type in a 7, then hit OK. Now we're going to get the probability we asked for, which is fewer than 8, which is 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So that makes this a little bit of an extra tricky question, but we get the probability of 0.05 or about 5%. Really, really close. Now the final question was, what is the probability that there is at least 3 successes, or at least 3 resolved calls? So now we're going to go and choose from the drop-down box menu here, greater than. So I'm going to go ahead and select the greater than option. And now we want at least 3. Now at least 3 literally means 3 or more. So I actually want to type a 3 here. That way it's going to be 3 equal to 3 or greater than 3. So 3 all the way to 15. and hit the OK button, and we get an answer of 0.999. So dang near 100% chance that she's going to resolve at least 3 calls. And well, that's how easy it is to use your NUMWORKS calculator to answer binomial distribution questions. So if you're on a multiple choice test or the multiple choice section of the AP exam, that's it. That's what you have to do, and you will get these questions right very, very quickly. It's super easy to use. All you got to do is use your brain a little bit to make sure you're answering the question correctly, but the tools provided for you on the NUMWORKS calculator make it super easy. Now, if you are on a free response question and you have to show all your work as how to produce those answers, well, that involves a little bit of math work, including the binomial distribution probability formula. And if you're looking for more information on that and how to show that work, check out other videos I have. I actually put a link to a video that shows all that work in the description, or you can check out the video. It should be popping up right now. All right, best of luck, and hopefully you're gonna love the NUMWORKS calculator. And if you're a teacher, don't be afraid to go ahead and click that link to get a free NUMWORKS calculator. That way you can experience and see for yourself how cool it is.